Hello everybody, welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline. This is officially my first pre-recorded video on the channel. If you're subscribed already, you know that so far we've only been doing live streams, which is what we like to do because we can interact with you guys and talk about new releases. However, I am going to be doing some pre-recorded stuff on the channel. This will be our very first video in the series of videos that I do that are pre-recorded. And I think we're going to title this Hotline Hauls. And basically what I'm going to be doing in this video is just showing you off stuff that I get. It might be throughout a week, it might be over a couple of weeks. I'll just kind of let the stuff build up, and then once I feel like I have enough to show you guys, then we'll show it off in a video, and we'll just keep doing it until I get sick of it, basically. Without further ado, let me show you some of the stuff I got. It has been a couple weeks that I've let this pile up. I've had to be patient. I will say this won't be my first reaction because I have opened this stuff to inspect it because some of it was from the secondary market. So I didn't want to open it up with you guys on camera and then be all surprised if something was wrong with it, which I'm glad I did because there were a couple issues, but they've been taken care of. Thankfully, the sellers were great. But the first one I want to show you guys, being that I just started collecting Marvel a few months ago, I did not have any iterations of this character at all. There have been a few releases of this character thus far, but this is the one that I personally wanted to go for my collection. And this is going to be the Rocket from Volume 2 Deluxe. The reason I went with this one, I really like the heavy blaster that he comes with. I think it's very characteristic of Rocket. He always goes around carrying these massive blasters that are way bigger than he is. And I think it was just very fitting to get a figure that represents Rocket the best, in my opinion. I did get a really good deal with this one. I'm sure you guys saw it is missing the slip cover, but apart from that, it wasn't missing anything else. The seller did mention that he thought it was missing a piece, but it ended up being the little clear piece, which I'll show you here in a second, that's attached to the bottom of Groot's foot to stick him onto Rocket's shoulder. It was actually just attached to his feet, so it is in here. I'll give you a shot in the packaging. Very well presented in there. He's a small guy. You can see, I mean, he's about the size of the Attack of the Clones Yoda or the Empire Strikes Back Yoda if you collect Star Wars. Let me open him up, and I'll kind of show you everything he comes with. Again, really cool figure. Let's start with the blasters. We'll save the figure for last because that's obviously the best part. Again, that heavy blaster I was talking about, this is one of the big reasons that I wanted to pick him up. And I'll absolutely be displaying him with this if I can get it to focus. Hello? Focus. There we go. Definitely a really cool piece. I think you have to display him with the flight stand and the screaming sculpt if you're going to be using this blaster. So definitely really cool. Unfortunately, it's not focusing how I want it to. But yeah, that's the heavy blaster. He does come with his little pistols that have come with other releases. I don't know if these are the exact same ones, but he does have these two little pistols here. Here's one of them. Really good paint job on this. I like the kind of green and orange hue on the barrel. I think that's really cool. And then he's kind of got like a Han Solo DL-44-esque blaster here with, again, really nice detail on the weathering and such. Again, this isn't a review. Just kind of showing off stuff I got. So I want to go through everything as quick as I can because I don't want to bore you guys. This is already going to be a longer video because I have a decent amount of stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to go through as fast as possible. So you have your Screaming sculpt here, which this is the one that comes with the end game. And I know a lot of people weren't sold on the end game because they wanted a relaxed face sculpt. But I mean, I think that's really nice. Obviously, this is more of an action pose head sculpt, but you know, you could make it work. Be imaginative in your display and just display things how you want to display them. But this is definitely really cool regardless. But the reason a lot of people want to get this figure, whether it's the normal version or the deluxe, is this relaxed head sculpt here. If I can get that to focus. Hello? Focus. That's good enough. You can see, I really love this little, the grin. It's very characteristic of Rocket as a character. And I think that's a pretty solid head sculpt. And the whiskers are, I don't know if you would consider that haired, but still really nice. And I love this Volume 2 outfit. I think the blue jumpsuit is really great, and that's one of my favorite looks for Rocket, apart from that prison outfit from Volume 1. And unlike the endgame version, this one does have bare feet, which I think is really unique and cool. Someone asked me, that I told I got this figure, someone asked me if I thought it affect him standing at all. Not really. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just showing you the figure. The tail popped off. So the tail actually does remove because it can be articulated and such. You can see there's a little ball joint here, and it just pops on. If I can get it to pop on camera. There we go. So it just pops on. So I apologize for not having that in the first shot, but I didn't realize it popped off. Just like the other Guardians figures, he does come with this jetpack. You have his actual jetpack here. Really nicely detailed, some nice weathering on there. It looks like real metal in my opinion. I think it's very convincing. And then you have the front harness portion, which nothing special, but really cool nonetheless. I guess we'll get on to Baby Groot here because for some reason Hot Toys decided that every single one of these Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figures had to include a Baby Groot, which I'm not complaining. So here's your Baby Groot that comes with Rocket from Volume 2. I can get that to focus. So you see he's really cute. He's dancing. He's got his Ravager gear. I think that's awesome. Also, you have two options for displaying him. I did mention it kind of in the beginning when we started opening it. You have just a normal like coin style base that he can stand up on. Or you have this piece here which could be pegged in his foot. And you can stick him on Rocket's shoulder and kind of have him standing on Rocket's shoulder, which I think is a really nice touch. I don't know if I'll be doing that because I kind of worry that it'll damage the suit and kind of leave an indentation. But that's just me. It's still a great option for display. I'm going to show you guys the display base, and then I'll show you the extra hands and such, because with this one, it's not a removable tray. It's actually built into the box. I'm not going to take the plastic off now because it's a pain in the butt, but you can see, love those Volume 2 stands. I really love the rainbow, like, galaxy effect on these. I do wish it had a metal nameplate, but, you know, with Marvel, a lot of times we don't get that, so it's not surprising. Of course, because this one has the heavy blaster, you got to give him a flight stand. So you can see he does have a flight stand. It's obviously way smaller than a full-size figure would be, but nonetheless, it's cool that he comes with it, and I'm really excited to get him posed up. Again, I've been keeping these guys in the box because I wanted to show you all. But yeah, let me show you the extra hands and feet, because he does actually come with an extra pair of feet, and I'll take one out so you can kind of see before I show you everything. If you guys have Sideshow clones, that'll probably remind you of the bent feet that come with them. Same idea. And again, this is probably really good for making like a pose where, say, he's jumping off like he's about to go into flight. That'd be really cool. And you can see here, I'll show you the inside of the tray without spilling it, hopefully. That's all the extra hands and feet he comes with. So he does come with a decent amount. And guys, I got to tell you, because I got this on the secondary market and I was patient, I got him for really cheap. I think I paid $135 shipped for him, and all he was missing was that slip cover. So for me, I mean, that didn't bother me that much. So I definitely went for that when I saw that price. All right, so can't have Rocket without Starlord. So this is the Starlord from Volume 2. This is the deluxe version because I got to go deluxe if I can. I will say it's kind of weird, but I have his jacket pulled to the side. This is the standard jacket that he comes with. I personally got the deluxe because I wanted that long coat, which I feel like is a reason why a lot of people would want the deluxe. You can see that this has the same little window design, which is really cool. It looks like the cassette tape when you look through at the slipcover, which this one actually does have, thankfully. So I at least have that in the Gamora in my collection with that slipcover. But this is what you get. Again, he doesn't normally come without the jacket on, I don't believe, but I removed the jacket just for myself because I wanted to put the long coat on after this video. So I was just playing around with it again because I did open these before this video. We might as well start with this accessory tray up front. If I can pull it off here. Okay. So you get some cool stuff here, and I'll tell you what, another reason why I wanted this figure is I really wanted to display him with the cassette tape. I just love that look. I think it's a very characteristic aspect of Starlord as a character. The music in Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously one of the reasons we all love watching it, because it just adds to the ambiance of the films. So you do get a cassette player, you get the scarf to go with the long coat. You get two necklaces. One of mine is actually broken in the box, but the seller has already taken care of it, and I have a replacement one with me. It's just not put in the box yet. And you do get some normal flesh-colored hands, and you also get a couple gloved hands, which you can see here. You'll see there's two other ones on the figure. I wish maybe we got some more gloved hands with this release, just because I love the variety of hands, because any idea that you could possibly have in your display, it helps to have some extra hands, but I'm not really complaining because I might not go too crazy. Like I said, I'm really excited to have the cassette and such, so I most likely will just display him holding the cassette and having the scarf around his neck and such. So I'm not going to go too crazy. Let me pull out the actual figure, and then we'll get to the long coat after we show off the figure, because that's actually at the bottom here. So like I said before, for whatever reason, Hot Toys decided that we needed a Groot with every single figure, and this Starlord is no exception. This one's actually a little different. Obviously, the last one we saw with Rocket had a Ravager gear on. This one is actually just normal Groot. The cool thing about this one is he actually comes with a rock, which is magnetic, and he can magnetize to the rock. Let me make sure I got this oriented properly. It might be the other way. Oh. And that's not perfect. I could situate him a little bit better, but you can see he's just sitting on the rock. And you can't tell me that's not cute. And the fact that Hot Toys gave us a different look for Groot with every single one, I think is super cool. It's not going to focus for me, but you guys get the point. The Gamora, I have her in my display already. I have the Volume 2 Gamora. She actually comes with Groot with the bomb, which is actually obviously an amazing scene from that film, because it was so suspenseful, because Groot never does what he's told, and he actually did what he's told for once. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. This is another thing a lot of people liked with the deluxe version. It comes with this kind of partially activated Starlord helmet. I wish Hot Toys would do this more, because this is pretty genius. So this front little mouthpiece here is actually magnetic, and it pulls off. I'm not going to take it completely apart now, but this whole helmet separates. So obviously, because of that, it could just go around the existing sculpt that comes with it, because you got the hair and such showing through the top. So it's very smart engineering on Hot Toys' part. I hope they do something like this with other figures moving forward, because I think that was very smart. And a lot of you are probably wondering, like, do you think it'll scratch the paint job on the sculpt or everything? No, I think this was very smart. It's not very tight, and I think I'm more confident putting it on there because of the way it's designed. Of course, like the other Starlords we've had in the past, this one does come with the fully activated helmet with the hair peeking through the top. And I mean, to be honest with you, you can't go wrong with any look for Starlord. I mean, this is obviously an iconic look, and when you have him fully helmeted, that screams Starlord to me. But with that being said, I'm a big fan of head sculpts, and again, because I'm going to be displaying him with the cassette, kind of listening to music and grooving out, I'm definitely going to keep him with the Chris Pratt head sculpt. That's just my personal way of displaying him. But again, just like Rocket, you do have your jetpack with the chest harness. Amazing detail on this one as well. It does look like real metal. I think Hot Toys has definitely nailed down their paint schemes as far as getting it to look like real metal. If you own any Sideshow stuff, especially the Jedi, you know that their silver paint isn't very convincing as real metal. I think Hot Toys just does a lot of things better, but specifically making things look metal, they just do better in that department, in my opinion. You obviously get 2 identical blasters. Well, almost identical. Obviously, there's going to be variances in the paint a little bit, but really nice detail. I will say, and obviously I bought this figure secondhand, so nothing that I did, but these blasters destroy hands. So be very careful when you're putting them in the hands. It's kind of hard to avoid because of the little fin that's on the back of the blaster, but it does leave an indent in the hands. Unfortunately, mine did have a pretty chipped up hand from the inside from the blaster, so the paint was really chipped up. Again, the seller did take care of me, so I'm not complaining. But I just want to let you guys know that you have to be careful, because not all of these figures are invincible. Some stuff is bound to break just because of the way they were designed. So then you have Starlord himself. Me personally, I do love this sculpt. I think it's great. I would say that the Infinity War one is nicer. I don't own the Infinity War figure, but I have seen it in person, and I think it's a stronger likeness. But with that being said, this is still a really nice head sculpt, and I think it looks just like Chris Pratt, in my opinion. Unfortunately, with mine, I do have some staining on the neck. Kind of hard to avoid with these figures because the dye from the pleather kind of stains the skin pretty easily. But you can try to do things like put acne cream and such on that, believe it or not, to get it out. I might not bother with that because I'm just going to throw the long coat on them, but still, a great figure, and it doesn't really bother me that much. I love the two-tone look with this gray shirt. I think it's going to look awesome with the long coat once I throw that on there. You can see some great detail in the boots as well. Overall, a really nice figure. And for me, like, we're going to be getting more Star-Lords, obviously, whether it's from Thor Love and Thunder or the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. But for me, I had to get this one because I really love Volume 2. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, so this was a no-brainer for me. Let me show you guys the display base, which is very similar to what we got with Rocket. They're kind of the same across the board in this Volume 2 line, but I still want to show it to you anyway because I know people like seeing that. Again, unfortunately, no metal nameplate. Obviously, more common with Star Wars figures, but such a beautiful design here with like this space theme. Really love that, and I think it's very reminiscent of the art style of Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. Now, the last thing I want to show from this figure is the long coat. Again, this was a big selling point for me for the Deluxe. Really wanted this long coat. I know the Volume 1 figure comes with a long coat, but personally, I'm not a huge fan of the look of that figure overall. I just think the Volume 2 is just an upgraded version of that, in my opinion. Let me show you this before I open it. That's what the long coat comes in. It's nice that they put it in its own packaging so it doesn't get destroyed. I think I do have the alternate shirt in here as well that he wore in the beginning of the movie when he had the jetpack on and they were fighting that big monster. I do, okay. So there's that shirt. Again, I believe this is from the opening scene of Volume 2 when they were fighting the monster. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this is what we all want when we get this Volume 2. I mean, this is... And it's hard to even capture the detail on camera because it has trouble focusing, but there's like dirt and grime all over this thing, and especially towards the bottom. And it's kind of one of those things you have to see it in person. I mean, I'm trying to show you on camera, and you can kind of see it, but it doesn't quite want to focus. There we go. You can kind of see it there. Focus good for us. I did just condition it, so you can see it's looking real nice and shiny. Even if you're not worried about your stuff flaking, conditioning it does make it look nicer, in my opinion. As you can see, it's got this nice, like, shiny sheen to where it looks a bit more like real leather. So definitely not a bad idea. Again, even if you're not in a humid area and you don't really think you have to protect your stuff from being from flaking over time, I would still recommend doing that just to give your figures a bit more pop on the shelf. We're going to move on to the next one. This is going to be the last hot toy for the video. If you guys collect other things, you still might want to stick around because I got a few more cool things to show you. But actually, I'm really excited about this one. And this one I did get new, and I got it for a great deal. And this is my first DC figure. This is Harvey Dent, a.k.a. Two-Face, from The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry, not Dark Knight Rises. From The Dark Knight. Really excited for this figure. I did open it up to inspect it once again, so this is not my first initial reaction to it. However, I think you guys are really going to like it. This is a figure that hasn't been expensive on the secondary market for one reason or the other. I think maybe people were just investing their money in Bane and Joker, and this was kind of being pushed to the wayside. But with that being said, this is still a really nice figure. Packaging, very reminiscent of the Marvel packaging. Guys, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel style packaging. One, every time you open this box, it's a pain in the butt, but two, I mean, if you're serious about your boxes, you know that if you're not super careful, it just gets bent in the middle, and it's dumb. Star Wars obviously has it right. They do the clamshell boxes for everything, and I think Marvel needs to do that. Not like one-off stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy. They need to stick to a consistency with these boxes. They look great, but I just don't like them. I'm not a fan, so hopefully in the future that'll change, but you never know. So here's Two-Face in all of his glory. Again, I have inspected him and pulled the plastic off because you guys don't want to see me sit here and struggle for 20 minutes, and I don't want to do that either. He doesn't come with a lot, but he kind of comes with everything you would want him to, in my opinion. I don't really know what else I would personally ask for. Of course, the shining accessory here is going to be his revolver. See if I can get that to focus. Yep, so great detail on the revolver. Not a lot of weathering, but to be fair, in the movie, it was pretty shiny. The cylinder does pop out. Which is really cool. The weird thing is when you look at the back of the cylinder, if there's no like gold bullets, it's just kind of silver there. So I don't know if that's accurate to the film, and I just didn't catch that. Not going to focus, but you get what I mean. It also does have a working hammer, which is cool. So again, like attention to detail like this, I'm glad Hot Toys has continued to stick with that. Obviously, a lot of the characters that come with firearms, they kind of stay consistent across the board with that. So I'm glad to see that because, especially because these figures are getting so expensive. Again, this is another figure that has accessories that aren't in a separate tray. So I'm going to try to show you best I can. I'm not going to take these coins out because they're just so small and I don't want to lose them. I will take the larger two pieces out, but you can see you got your three coins there on the far side, and then you have a cocktail as well as the Harvey Dent pin. Oh, lost a hand. Let me pull out the larger things if I can. All right. I have no idea if you're going to be able to see this because it's so small. Focus. Hello. I really would like for this to focus because it's really cool. No? I don't know, guys. I might not be able to get this to focus. Oh, there it goes. So it says, I believe in Harvey Dent. So obviously, you remember this from the film. This is a really cool accessory. Very reminiscent of kind of the character's downfall. So it'd be awesome to display him holding it in one hand and maybe the gun in the other. And you'll see here in a second when I show you the hands he comes with, he actually does have a hand that can hold that, which is really cool. I'm struggling here to get this little cocktail glass out, but there we go. Again, nothing special, but it is a cool little cocktail glass. You can see it's kind of got like fake resin whiskey or bourbon, whatever this is, but really cool. Probably never would display him with it, but it's a nice touch nonetheless. I'm not going to take the coins out. I know it's sacrilege because it's Harvey Dent, but they're just way too small and I don't want to lose them, and you're not going to be able to see them on camera anyway. As far as the hands are concerned, you do have a left revolver holding hand. Really nice details on this hand, I think. This is the, I didn't mention at the beginning, but this is the 2.0 version. So definitely improved over the original. I've watched some comparisons and I'm glad that I was able to get this one for really cheap. The hand that I was talking about earlier, which is really crucial for this figure, you can see it's kind of tapered, or staggered, I should say, in how the fingers are laid out. And you could use this to hold a coin. You can hold one of the buttons. You can hold the cocktail glass. So this is a really cool addition as far as the hands are concerned. He doesn't come with a lot, but what he does include, I think, is good enough. Now the hand, there is a hand that is actually made for holding the coin, which would probably be a better option, but you can use that other hand for holding the coin, because I've tried. But you can see here, here's the actual coin holding hand, which is perfect. It's about the size of the coin, so probably a safer bet to use this. But again, you can use the other one because I've tried it. But believe it or not, those are all the accessories. Camera's being weird here. Okay. So now let's get on to the figure. Obviously, the most exciting part. Really amazing detail on this figure, in my opinion. There's Two-Face. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sculpt's pretty incredible in my opinion. You got a lot of detail there and some great paint work. And I think the Harvey Dent likeness is really good too. And as you can see, he's kind of got that charred look on the one side of his suit. But let me pull him back a little bit. You can see the tailoring is really nice on this figure. Really nice. And then you got pretty decent range of motion, I think, considering it's a suit. Obviously, with these suits, you kind of have to pinch the fabric back before you bend the arm. But really dope figure. I like the shiny little dress suit boots, shoes. And he's actually got socks, which I think is a nice attention to detail. That always looks so weird with these type of shoes with Hot Toys, though. But still convincing, though, when you have the pant leg pull. Definitely a really great figure, and I'm glad I picked him up. I'll tell you where I got him from after I get done showing you off the base. Unlike the other one, this does have a metal nameplate on the base. Oh, that's reflecting a lot. It says Two-Face. Not a huge fan of the font, but, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. That's very nitpicky. The base, though, however, is incredible. I love kind of the reflective bits here and there that are showing through, and I love that Dark Knight logo. So this is really cool. I'm really glad that they kind of went all out with this base as opposed to what we saw with the Guardians of the Galaxy one. I really love the metal nameplate. I just think it's more premium feel. But yeah, so that's Harvey Dent. That's all the Hot Toys we have for now. So if you came for the Hot Toys, see you later. If you're going to stay here to the end, I got a couple more things to show you, and then we are done here. So I did show this on stream the other day, but I want to show you guys who aren't able to make it to the streams. I'm sorry, I'm knocking my camera all over the place. But this is the Bo-Katan Black Series helmet. I do collect a lot of these Black Series helmets. I think they're a great price and a great value for what you get. I mean, if you're going to buy from companies like EFX and such, you're going to pay a lot more. Yes, some of the parts are higher quality, but I mean, you can even look inside this bucket and see all the different details and such. And even some of these higher end companies that are more than double the price of these helmets, they don't do these type of things. So I think that's great attention to detail. And again, like, I think this was $125 retail. For that price, you really can't beat it. I mean, the weathering I think is very convincing and very well laid out, and I just think overall it looks great. So this is from the Mandalorian, of course. So if you're a fan of the Clone Wars show, this is going to be closer to like the Mandalorian style helmet, which is obviously kind of the same idea, just the same night owl helmet that Bo-Katan wears, but it does have this button on the side like the Boba Fett helmets that drops the rangefinder, which I think is really cool. I believe this one probably lights up like the Boba Fett ones, but I'm not sure because I don't put batteries in my stuff. You can see in the back, I just put them on display and just leave them like that. Definitely really cool. Show you the box. I'm a big fan of this newer Hasbro packaging that they started doing a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it looks great. I know it's just a box, but some people like seeing that. So this is what you can expect when you get. I'm just impatient, so I open mine for you guys. Got a small little stack of 3.75 figures for any of you guys who collect those. I just wanted to show those off. This one was very unexpected. It went up the other day on Shop Disney, and I got mine already. They don't come in these figure shields, but I like to put my nicer, rarer figures in these. But you can see it's an R2 based on the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I think that's really cool. I love the card, and these are super thick cardstock too. You can see on the back, nice hollow foil. It's got these little specifications for the droid on the back. So really cool figure. I did already have this figure, but I did pick up an extra one for an opener. So I just wanted to show this off while I was showing the other two that I just got today. But this is the 3.75 Vintage Collection Droids C-3PO. The cool thing is not only did they pay homage to the original Droids figures, which are obviously super rare, but they did include the coin and everything. It's not metal, but still, very cool. I love this card. Love it, love it, love it. Looks so cool. Being that I got the C-3PO, I also got the Boba Fett. I did get one of these from a friend in the Discord, so shout out to Zab Brack. I really appreciate that. But I grabbed an extra one for an opener, so I just wanted to show this off while I was showing off the C-3PO. Probably the best one in the line, in my opinion, because who doesn't love the original look of Boba Fett? Really cool. Love this figure. Finally, R2-D2 to complete the line. Again, I picked this one up today. I do have one on pre-order still, but I needed one for an opener, so I was like, might as well put this one in a figure shield and add it to the collection. Really, really cool figure. I think that is everything I had to show you guys today. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know it was a bit of a longer video. We're sitting at 28 minutes. But you know, you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can jump around. If you're just here for the Hot Toys, feel free to watch those and then move on. So thank you so much for tuning into our first episode of Hotline Hauls. Again, I'm going to be doing more of these as I get stuff in stock. What am I, store? As I get stuff in, I'm going to be holding it and waiting until I have enough for a video, and then I'll just keep doing these videos as I get stuff in. So I think it's really fun. I hope you guys like it. I know it's not all 6 scale stuff, but I know some of you will appreciate seeing a little bit of variety on the channel. So I do want to let you guys know that we will be going live tomorrow, Thursday, most likely 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern. We will let you know beforehand on all of the Facebook groups as well as on our channel. We'll have a reminder that'll show up if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to our channel. We are going to be trying to go live at least once a week, so every Thursday right now is our target day. Tomorrow is going to be a really special stream. We got a lot of awesome announcements from Hot Toys, so we're absolutely going to be talking about those. I will also be doing a live unboxing of Jango Fett from Hot Toys. So my Hot Toys Jango Fett will be here tomorrow from Sideshow, so we'll be opening that tomorrow on stream. And Lane will be unboxing the classic Super Spider-Man. So we got a lot of fun stuff going on. So please, if you have the time, come support, have a good time, be active in chat, and just have fun with us, because that's what we're here to do. But I've got nothing else to say. We're going to end the video out here. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great day.